It's September 2014, and the 20th harvest at WillaKenzie Estate has commenced. The 2014 growing conditions in the Willamette Valley have been pretty ideal this year, at least until now. We've had early bloom, good set, early veraison, and almost no rain throughout the summer. We were expecting to start harvest at WillaKenzie around the third week of September, but a warm spell hit in the first week of the month and has accelerated the ripening, and we've begun picking our Terres Basses vineyard. Terres Basses is always the first vineyard to ripen due to its lower elevation and the heavier clay content in the soil. Our decision to keep the leaves on the vine to shade the berries was the right call, as we want to maintain good levels of acidity in the grapes and the wine. As you can see, we are harvesting by hand in 5-gallon buckets, which are not filled to the top to avoid crushing the grapes at the bottom. The buckets are emptied out gently into shallow bins, and leaves and debris are sorted out in the field. The shallow bins prevent the crushing of the fruit, as our goal is to keep as many whole berries as possible. Each trailer is loaded with 8 bins and transported immediately to the receiving area in front of our cold storage facility. Once the trailer reaches the receiving areas, the bins are unloaded. Each bin is then weighed so that we can have an accurate count of the yield, and sampling of clusters is collected randomly and weighed so that we can establish an average cluster weight for each vineyard. The bins are then stacked 8 high in our cold storage facility, which we named Big Chill, and the grapes will be cooled down to 40 degrees Fahrenheit for 48 to 72 hours before processing. Note that the shallow bins have perforations in their sides and bottom to allow for airflow to cool the grapes. The cooling is achieved by circulating a high-velocity airflow through the bins. We can also remove water from the surface of the grapes in wet years, which is obviously not the case so far this year. We like to cool the grapes before processing. This way, we keep a much higher percentage of whole berries when the grapes go through our destemmer. The cold soak process is also more energy efficient because the berries are already cold when they reach the fermentation tank. In our experience, using whole berries during the fermentation process significantly improves the aromatics and finesse of the wine. Cheers from day one of WillaKenzie's 20th harvest.